Ford's Employee Pricing Plus has been extended through January 12th. It's the final days to pay what we pay on every Ford car, truck, SUV, and crossover. Plus, get huge savings like $6,000 cash back on Ford F-150 Plus employee pricing. And you can count on Ford credit for the financing you need. It's your last chance to get employee pricing plus 0% or employee pricing plus huge cash back on every Ford car, truck, SUV, and crossover. It all ends January 12th.
Are you ready for a good shopping experience? Hi, I'm Mike Epps with Apple Electronics and Appliances. Since 1936, our goal has been our customers' complete satisfaction. Whether you're replacing a TV or a refrigerator, building a dream kitchen or a home theater, our knowledgeable staff can assist you. Visit our website at abc.com to get one-year financing plus free shipping. Apps, pleasing people since 1936.
As you can see, this isn't your typical Midwestern farm. The reason lies 6,000 miles away, in Japan, where a producer of specialty eggs needed corn for feed grown to precise standards. Cargill identified the producer's needs, then introduced an Illinois farmer to grow the exact corn needed, and developed a system to ship it separately, connecting the farmer with a Japanese customer who was very appreciative. This is how Cargill works with customers.
America's Best Designer Sale is my favorite sale of the year.
I love the designer sale.
DKNY, Jones, New York, and more are on sale at America's Best. Get 2 pairs of glasses for $69.95 with a free eye exam.
I didn't even know America's Best had these designers.
Get 2 pairs of glasses for $69.95 with a free eye exam at America's Best.
Don't miss this sale.
The designer sale ends soon. Call 1-800-2PAIR and schedule an appointment at America's Best today.
Welcome to Chariot Max.
We need to upgrade this rust bucket.
Shall we appraise your chariot for free while you look around? Gluteus.
Oh, Mother, look at that one.
It's practically brand new. The owner was eaten by a lion.
Is the price written in stone?
Chiseled, actually, but yes.
And I thought buying chariots was a royal pain in the...
Gluteus, back already?
Huh. It's amazing no one's thought of this before.
Whales slapping water with their tails in the ocean. Oh, to be in Maui. Mercedes-Benz Championship. Watch Davis Love the third chipping in here for Eagle on the 6th hole to go 15 under par. Cha-chink. Leader Jeff Ogilvy sinks this Eagle putt at 9. How about that? He went to 19 under par. Best shot of the week, Anthony Kim. Par 5, second shot, 18. 280 yards out, just misses a double eagle. Oh, as it rolls within inches. Watch it go, just inches of the cup. Come on, get in there. No, wow. But in the end, it was all Jeff Ogilvy. As we look at Anthony Kim, well, you talk about frustration. All Ogilvy today. He'll tap in for par here at 18. He wins the Mercedes-Benz title in wire-to-wire fashion. And after doing that, of course, he accepts the trophy.
Very nice. The Winter Classic proves that outdoor hockey can be a whole lot of fun. But there were some people right here in Chicago that knew that already. In the midst of a brutal Chicago winter, beneath the light of the moon, the wind whips, the snow falls, and the rats come out to play. Are hockey diehards who travel to High Park's Midway ice rink to play outdoors.
You gotta really love it to come out here because it's so cold that the only way you come out and brave the cold is if you love hockey, you know?
They come from all over the Chicago area to play hockey's version of pickup basketball.
It's pretty much the same thing. I mean, it's just everyone kind of comes out here to pay the bucks and come out here to skate. Whoever has the dark jerseys on one team, whoever has light-colored teams on another team, and, you know, that's pretty much it. I'll take it.
But this isn't just a recreation league. Hockey players of all ages and skill levels bring their best game, including a few women who strut their stuff right along with the men.
There's a lot of different skill levels, which is nice, that there are people who haven't played as long who can feel comfortable and not feel like they're going to be destroyed.
I really enjoy it. I think that it's a great way to play. I learned to skate on a pond outside, so it's nice to be out here.
So what else is different out here? Well, without a doubt, it's the bone-chilling cold.
Starting to get cold now that you bring it up, but...
And how cold is it? Well, right now, it's 17 degrees, but with the wind chill, it feels more like it's 4 degrees. But they're hockey players, and they say that's just the way they like it.
Some people might say we're crazy.
Yeah. How would you respond to that?
Well, I mean, yeah, like I said, you know, right away, you probably think we are. I guess we're kind of tough, but, you know, we'll see.
When you're skating up ice, snot will come out of your nose. And, I don't know, you can't really do anything about it, and then your eyes water a lot, but it's cool.
So why do these weekend warriors brave the elements? To enjoy the game they fell in love with as little kids.
That's where I learned to play, actually on the midway before there's a rink. So I like playing outdoors.
The Winter Classic showed us how great outdoor hockey can be. But for these players, it's even better because they get to experience it every week.
That's not how hockey has to be, but it is nice to play it outdoors, particularly so close to home.
Yeah, and those are people who truly love the sport of hockey. I got to tell you, being out there, it was so cold. You saw me on camera there. I had to do that about 5 or 6 times because the tears were running down my eyes and my mouth was so frozen out there. So to be able to be in that cold, to enjoy the game, you love it.
You are such a winner. You had a ski jacket on. You were nice and warm.
You're the guy who did the polar plunge, though, man. Come on now. You're used to that cold stuff.
If you would have put on the hockey skates and moved around a little bit, maybe it wouldn't have been as cold for you.
I think next time I'll have to put on. Would you do it with me then?
I will.
Okay, next time.
You know what? The amazing thing, though, what this points out is, I mean, ever since the Winter Classic and even beforehand, hockey enjoying a real renaissance here in the Chicago area.
It sure is. You know, it's nice because this is the way a lot of people learn to play. They were playing outside on ponds, so it really takes you back to the way you learned. It's just like you and I playing football, being in the backyard, throwing around the football with your dad. That's the way you learn to love the game.
You know, and despite all them talking about how cold it was out there, I didn't see a single frown on any of their faces. They were all smiling.
Absolutely. They were loving every single minute of it.
Indeed they were.
All right, we'll be right back with more right here on Sports Sunday. Don't go away.
Ford's Employee Pricing Plus has been extended through January 12th. It's the final days to pay what we pay on every Ford car, truck, SUV, and crossover. Plus, get huge savings like $6,000 cash back on Ford F-150 Plus employee pricing. And you can count on Ford credit for the financing you need. It's your last chance to get employee pricing plus 0% or employee pricing plus huge cash back on every Ford car, truck, SUV, and crossover. It all ends January 12th.
My goal is to add to my hat collection.
Chicago Blackhawks. One goal. For tickets, go to Chicago.
Come, the award for favorite TV comedy, and the moment that we've all been waiting for. How many People's Choice Awards will The Dark Knight win? Find out only here on CBS.
What's so special about Olay Total Effects? Try 7 powerful anti-aging therapies that brighten, hydrate, smooth, refine the look of pores, even tone, reduce the look of lines, and lock in moisture, all in one clever little bottle. And now introducing Total Effects with a touch of foundation, or a more even-toned, younger look. A totally new way to love the skin you're in.
Once you switch to Swiffer WetJet, you'll never go back to your old mop again.
I got a delivery from a Mr. Mop.
Baby, come back. Swiffer WetJet Starter Kit has a multi-purpose solution and thick absorbent pads to clean better than a mop or your money back. Guaranteed.
Candygram.
Some odors you just can't ignore. And while other air fresheners simply bury the smell in a flowery fog, Febreze Air Effects actually eliminates odors in the air and leaves a fresh scent. So you can freshen up, not cover up. Now that's a breath of fresh air. And now discover 3 exotic new Airfix scents: Hawaiian Aloha, Moroccan Bazaar, and Brazilian Carnival.
Coming up, why Roland Burris may be one step closer to a seat in the U.S. Senate.
Plus, a symbol of Chicago is about to get a high-tech makeover. The story next.
Please welcome the star of your favorite new TV comedy, Gary Unmarried, Jay Moore. Music sales. They also had the option to write in their favorites were not included. The top 3 selections in each category.
We saved the hostage, period. That's the job. When the difference between life or death comes down to a split second, this is the team that gets the call.
We're on our way. They've got her in a necklace bomb. Just say yes, however much they want.
They don't want money. Let's keep the peace. Flashpoint.
Trust me on this. This is what we do.
Premieres CBS Friday.
Do you know who this is?
Yeah.
Then you know what I want.
Why didn't you call me when you found that he escaped?
Told your father I would keep you alive. You will not make a liar out of me.
Dirt diver is badly injured.
Oh, can't believe I'm doing this.
I can't believe we're doing this. Can't believe I'm doing this. What do you think?
Okay. We'll stay another day. Can't believe I'm doing this.
Let's talk Colorado at Colorado.com.
New at 10, the fighting in Gaza. Could a ceasefire be at hand?
3 children are dead after a fire on the southeast side. Why police think it may be suspicious.
I'm supposed to be in that seat working with Durbin right now.
And he's not senator yet, but Roland Burris is gathering the support he needs to head to Washington. Good evening. I'm Rob Johnson.
I'm Ann State. Roland Burris is back in Chicago tonight. The Senate appointee met with top Senate Democrats today, and they seem to have had a change of heart about his Senate appointment. CBS 2's Dana Kozlov was at Midway Airport when Burris returned from Washington. She's here now with the latest. Dana.
And Mr. Burris was smiling as he greeted reporters at the airport tonight. He described his meeting with Senate leaders as warm and congenial. Another indication things have changed in the nation's capital.
Keep going.
Mr. Burris went to Washington to seek a Senate seat. 2 days later, he's back in Chicago, still not a senator, but believing his prospects are improving.
We don't anticipate any type of roadblock once the procedures are done.
After being refused entrance to the Senate chambers yesterday, Burris was able to sit down with Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid and Illinois Senator Dick Durbin today to discuss the situation. The former Illinois Attorney General and Comptroller was appointed to President-elect Barack Obama's vacant seat last week by embattled Governor Rod Blagojevich. The result? A public outcry for and against the appointment. But the meeting in Washington today and reports that Mr. Obama himself may have pushed for a resolution seem to soften the opposition's stance a bit.
I think when it comes to Roland Burris' situation, a lot depends on whether or not he can produce the credentials every senator has to produce.
Both Durbin and Reid still insist they can't seat Burris until Illinois Secretary of State Jesse White certifies his appointment. Burris is fighting for that in court, and today the Cook County Bar Association filed a brief supporting him. White initially said he wouldn't certify anyone appointed by the governor. Now,
if by chance the Attorney General happens to fail with her argument, then I'm presented with a document from the Supreme Court, I will sign it.
Burris says he has no knowledge of any inside deal or Obama's reported involvement.
This is the first time I've heard that, and if my friend, the President-elect of the United States, said that, I want to thank him.
Secretary White, though, believes this will all be settled soon. Do you think there was a deal struck in Washington today to expedite this process?
No comment.
And Secretary White said that with a smile. The Congressional Black Caucus voiced its support for Burris today as well. And while this is all being hashed out in the courts and Capitol, Mr. Burris will head to Springfield tomorrow to meet with the state's impeachment committee. Ann?
Thank you, Dana. And Roland Burris says he will cooperate fully with the impeachment committee tomorrow. Today, a panel of lawmakers looked at the hiring practices in the governor's administration, and they heard about an internal report by the Inspector General. It found some candidates listed lied on their applications. Lawmakers are anxious to finish. The House may vote on impeachment by the end of this week.
You guys, we're beating a dead horse here. For goodness sakes, let's get moving on this.
Meanwhile, CBS 2 has learned about one target of the alleged shakedown. According to the criminal complaint, Prairie Materials Corporation was asked to raise $500,000 for the governor. This in exchange for a tollway construction work project. The vice president of the company is cooperating with prosecutors. Be sure to tune in to CBS 2 tomorrow. Chief Correspondent Jay Levine will be live in Springfield. Watch for his reports on CBS 2.
Tonight, police are investigating a deadly fire on the southeast side that claimed the lives of 3 young children. One relative believes the fire may have been deliberately set. CBS 2's Suzanne Mignot has the story.
They was lovable, they was sweet, kind, they had the beautiful smile you ever wanted to see.
Jackie Gordon is the great aunt of 4-year-old Sherelle, 2-year-old Tyrell, and 7-month-old Jimmy Gates. This memorial was created by people in the community in honor of the 2 brothers and sister. All 3 children died in a fire this morning here in their southeast side apartment. Following the blaze, the children's great aunt wants police to look at a person who had a dispute with the children's father.
It's just hurt to see somebody would want to see these baby dead just because of hatred, because you didn't like their father. I don't know how true that is, that somebody said they seen him coming out 5 minutes before the blaze took up.
Do you believe that?
I do, because he's just that kind of evil person. He's just that evil person. He can be evil.
Police say they are conducting a preliminary criminal investigation into the fire. The move comes after fire investigators said they ruled out space heater use, candles, and smoking materials. Meantime, the children's mother is being questioned by police. A spokesperson says this is all routine. One of her sons, who was rescued by firefighters, is at Comer Children's Hospital in Hyde Park tonight.
She loved her kids. She's a loving mom. She loved her kids. She would never in her life, she would have been in that fire with them had she not been stopped going back up the stairs.
The child who survived the fire is in serious condition tonight. Meantime, there has been an outpouring of support for the Gates family. The Healthy Southeast Chicago Coalition is collecting donations, clothing, and furniture for them. If you'd like to help, go to our website at cbs2chicago.com. Click on local news.
That was heartbreaking, no doubt.
Incredibly sad.
Okay, thanks, Suzanne. We have an update now on a story we told you about last night. The vicious dog attack of 2 young sisters in Joliet. The girls were trying to feed a Rottweiler that was in a kennel in their backyard. The dog got loose and started mauling them. Tonight, the girls are both in stable condition with bites to their face, head, and arms. The dog has been euthanized. Criminal charges in the case have not been ruled out.
Tonight, a new push for peace in the Middle East. Egypt says it will host separate talks with both Israel and Hamas. Explosions lit up the sky when Israel resumed its air and ground assault, and Hamas fired more rockets into Israel. Earlier, though, there was a brief truce today in Gaza. Trucks carried food and medicine to the Palestinians, but that ceasefire was shattered in minutes.
The ceasefire started at 1 o'clock. At 1:15, we got 3 rockets fired here on Ashkelon, where we stand. So I hope when the Palestinians speak of a ceasefire, they mean something more serious.
680 Palestinians have been killed in 12 days of fighting.
President-elect Barack Obama is urging quick action to get the economy back on track. He's trying to get support from lawmakers for an $800 billion stimulus package. Obama would like to see it passed shortly after he takes office.
In order to restore confidence in our economy, we must restore the American people's confidence in their government.
The president-elect made one announcement today he hopes will do just that. He appointed Nancy Killefer to the newly created post of performance officer. Now, it will be her job to streamline government agencies and make them run more efficiently.
Still ahead, a Chicago icon gets a makeover.
I'm CBS News' Vince Girasoli, and I want you to come with me because I need to show you this. For over a century, Chicagoans have been meeting under this clock, and now it's getting a timely tune-up. We'll show you what we're talking about just ahead, so stay with us.
And when a divorce is really bad, they say the husband and wife are out for blood. Well, that's not too far off in one case.
I'm Steve Baskerville. There's a bit of a weather trade tonight. The snow for the bitter cold weather. We'll see how much of either of those are around for the end of the week with Weather Track. That's coming up.
Tonight, 5 living presidents had lunch together. George Bush picked up the check. Bill Clinton picked up the waitress.
Dave's got the top 10 things overheard at the president's lunch.
Call the nurse. George swallowed a napkin ring.
Plus, Ricky Gervais and Ball State football's message to Dave.
It gives you an idea of my popularity. They couldn't get 2 extra guys.
Only tonight. Then catch Craig.
I want to feel things. Really feel them.
Look at us. We're just like everyone else. We can't go on pretending that this is the life we wanted.
Look, I'm not happy about it, but I have the backbone not to run away from my responsibilities.
Just because you got me safely in this little trap, you think you can bully me into feeling whatever you want me to feel.
In a trap.
Yes.
You in a trap.
We're gonna be okay.
I hope so.
Rated R.
If you're shopping for a car, you should know that Toyota has been rated the most fuel-efficient full-line car manufacturer on the road today. No matter what the price of gas does, it's good to know Toyota quality saves money. And now you'll find special leases and easy financing on the fuel-efficient Corolla and on the gas-friendly RAV4. So see your Toyota dealer now to start saving now. Toyota, a great way to keep moving forward.
Save money on heating bills with Menards. John's Manville fiberglass insulation is formaldehyde-free and easy to install. A 50-square-foot roll of unfaced R11 is $6.99 after rebate. Get a rebate on other sizes for $3 or more. Brighten any room with light bulbs from Sylvania. These 13-watt micro minis last 12 times longer and are equivalent to a standard 60-watt bulb. A 2-pack is just $4.99. 20 and 23-watt bulbs are $6.99 each.
Save big money at Menards.
Divorces can be messy, no doubt about that.
But one case in New York is pushing the boundaries of belief. Feuding spouses have asked for a lot of crazy things during divorce proceedings. But a kidney?
Part of the litigation, we are asking for the value of the kidney that he gave his wife. In theory, we actually asked for the return of the kidney.
Long Island vascular surgeon Dr. Richard Batista did. You see, when his wife Donnell went into renal failure back in 2001, this father of 3 gave her the gift of life, specifically one of his kidneys. After all, he was the only one of 700,000 who was a match.
When I donated, the next day I was on my feet, going down the hallway to go visit her in the adjoining room. There is no greater feeling in this planet. To this day, I would still do it again.
How did Donnell repay him? Batista says by refusing to let him see their children, having an affair, and sending him packing from their $1 million home, which is why the doctor is now demanding the return of his kidney or $1.5 million in compensation.
There's no deeper pain that you can ever express with betrayal from somebody who you loved and devoted your whole life to.
The doctor did it for love, but now wants the money for a selfless gesture that backfired, leaving him hopeless of ever salvaging his family.
I saved a life. This divorce is killing me.
So far, the wife, Donnell Batista, and her attorney have not publicly commented. As for pulling off such a procedure, doctors say that kind of operation is unethical and nearly impossible.
Imagine the latest and the greatest in gadgets all under one roof. That's exactly what's going on right now in Las Vegas. The Consumer Electronics Show is in full swing. Companies are showing off new TVs, they're thinner, and devices that let you stream movies off the internet more easily. Schaumburg-based Motorola, by the way, is creating a big buzz at the convention with an eco-friendly phone. The plastic covering on the phone made from recycled water bottles. Maybe some of mine.
Yeah, probably a lot of hours, yeah. Still ahead, talk about a power lunch. What 3 former presidents, 1 current president, and 1 president-elect talk about when they get together.
Plus, they've been a fixture on State Street for decades. Now those green clocks are getting a high-tech makeover.
What's it like growing younger?
Critics are raving about Benjamin Button. It sweeps you away to a world you want to get lost in. It's not only one of the best films of the year, it's one of the best movies of the decade. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, rated PG-13, now playing.
It's not Max-worthy.
At CarMax, only the most worthy are Max-worthy. See what makes them worthy at CarMax.com.
Get out. Seriously, get out.
It's not Max-worthy.
At CarMax, only the most worthy are max worthy. Get free vehicle history reports at CarMax.com.
We are mothers and daughters and sisters and husbands and best friends. And for 2 days and 39 miles, we are one in our commitment to fighting breast cancer. This is Reese Witherspoon. Join me in the fight against breast cancer. Register today for the Avon Walk for Breast Cancer and help us take one step closer to the cure.
Register at avonwalk.org or call 1-866-276-WALK.
When I bought this car, Safe Auto gave me a great rate on both the state-required coverage and collision insurance. But then things got tight one month and I let my policy lapse. Bad idea. I had an accident. Lost my license and had to pay for repairs myself. But now I'm back with Safe Auto. It's a small price to pay to protect me and my car. And I still love this car.
1-800-SAFE-AUTO.
Looking for an exceptional vacation experience, great fishing, and unmatched hospitality? Then Travel Manitoba. Premium Manitoba lodges and spectacular outposts can help you plan your next big adventure, like testing your fishing skills against the largest freshwater predator, the Manitoba Monster. Come to the All Canada Show at the Pheasant Run Resort in St. Charles from January 8th through the 11th. Over 35 of Manitoba's top fishing lodges offer the best fishing and will help you travel Manitoba.
Here is something you don't see every day. All the former living presidents gathered together. They met with President Bush and President-elect Barack Obama. And as you see, they posed for a picture in the Oval Office. The former presidents offered well wishes to Obama. All 5 men then had a private lunch. Mr. Obama called the event extraordinary.
For me to have the opportunity to get advice, good counsel, and fellowship with these individuals is extraordinary, and I'm very grateful to all of them. But again, thank you, Mr. President, for hosting us. Thank you, sir.
The last time every living president was together at the White House was way back in 1981. Today's get-together, by the way, was Obama's idea. President Bush and Mr. Obama then met privately in the Oval Office.
That is one picture for the ages,
picture.
isn't it? No doubt about it. Well, some lucky Chicago area students will help make history in the nation's capital. They're going to be marching in the inaugural parade.
All right, march.
The ROTC at Whitney Young High School is practicing for a most memorable event. Thanks to their membership in a military training program, they'll be the first students in the world to salute the nation's first African-American president.
We're giving a salute to the most powerful man on the earth, who represents our country, who represents freedom to the world, and it's just amazing.
Chicago will be well represented. The Jesse White Tumblers have a place in the parade, too. This is the 3rd time the group has been invited to inaugural festivities. The Sandberg Marching Band in Orland Park will also be headed to D.C. for the event.
Over the years, they've taken a licking and kept on ticking. We're talking about those green iconic clocks outside the store that we now call Macy's. They're getting an update for a new century. CBS 2's Vince Girasoli is live above State and Randolph with an inside look. Whoa, Vince.
Yeah, what a vantage point this is tonight, Ann, huh? Hey, if you're from Chicago, how many times have you said, meet me underneath the clock at State at Randolph, or perhaps the twin clock over at State in Washington? They are iconic symbols of our city, but even something this timeless needs an update every now and then.
What gets this timely piece moving about the 2 clocks that have graced Macy's Marshall Fields building as far back as 1887 requires a journey inside the glittering store and deep into the industrial bowels of the complex. Here we come face to face with their extra parts and the caretaker of their legacy, electrician Jacques Lamar.
People always talk about them, and they call us. Whenever we have a little different of time, we receive call after call.
Lately, the nearly 8-ton bronze timepieces have been running a little too slow for those passing by.
When they call, they come in about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Some people said they are late for work.
For years, every clock at the store, and there are many, has been connected to a master chronometer in the basement's time control center. But the outside clocks, relying on aging mechanical gears, were falling behind. The fix for Macy's has Lamar venturing inside the iconic clocks, practically gutting the whole mechanical system and replacing each with a new electrical one.
Inside the clock, I can stand and never be able to reach the ceiling. It's so high. You have plenty of room to work.
Moving the historic minute and hour hands now comes courtesy of a GPS satellite hookup.
The system is so advanced that the error would be about a minute every 6 months.
The clocks have been Chicago symbols for 112 years, whether captured by local artists, honored by fans on websites, or famously gracing the cover of the Saturday Evening Post in 1945, thanks to painter Norman Rockwell. Something their caretaker keeps in mind with each passing second.
You are dealing and seeing and touching history every day.
Now, if you like Chicago memorabilia as much as I do, this assignment really would have you soaring, even without the cherry picker. I learned a lot of things about the clock tonight. For example, it's about 45 inches across, and I know you think that the hands on it look like iron, but they're actually wooden. And let's talk about the surface of the faces there. For a long time, folks thought that they were glass, but some investigation's been done. Perhaps they're onyx or perhaps they're alabaster. That's something that Macy's is going to investigate in the months ahead. By the way, you bet Jacques in the story, he's running the cherry picker, and right now I'm going to say, Jacques, thanks for all your time tonight, and take us down.
All right.
Getting back to ground level, I'm Vince Girasoli, CBS 2 News.
Okay, be careful.
Good stuff
please.
there, Vince. Of course, he would know all the details because few people have gotten that close to one of those clocks. Nice work, Vince.
I was not expecting that
And
yet,
look
exactly.
At, he's down, he's down.
We got to make sure
he's moving down. Okay. We can't cut away from the, yeah, keep waving, Vince.
I didn't think he was quite that high up. There you go.
Okay, what time is it? Do you know what time it is?
10:20.
How are we doing?
You're doing pretty close. All right,
Thanks,
buddy.
Vince.
Thank you.
Well, Vince was bundled up. It's cold, but it is calm right now. However, a snowy, rainy mix is on the way before the week is out.
Yeah, you knew that was happening. Steve Baskerville's here with the Weather Track forecast. Steve.
Yeah, Rob and Ann, you step outside tonight, you know exactly what time it is. Time to go back in because it is getting bitterly cold outside, at least relative to what you expect when it's snowing. And it's usually a little touch warmer, but the snow is practically over. And the headline for tonight is the cold condition that's waiting for you. Maybe you got to go out in the next hour or so, or if you're up early in the morning, you'll feel the difference. And want to give you a sense of just what kind of weather we're talking about. Temperature now in the teens in most places, the air temperature, and we have single digits for wind chill factors. 15 degrees, west winds at 14 miles an hour, and that's one of the warmer places right now. It's colder out toward western parts of DuPage County, northwest Cook, western parts of Will. They're only struggling to hit 12 degrees around Aurora. Factor in the winds, which have been pretty gusty all night. Single-digit wind chills and not much above 0. 2 up north to -5 in the far western suburbs and southwestern parts of the area. Really, if you got to be outside late tonight or tomorrow morning early, it will be uncomfortably cold. One thing we got rid of was any significant snow. You might see some flurries show up, but that's nothing that's going to be a big deal. Look at how clear the skies are starting to be up around western parts of the state and through portions of Wisconsin and Minnesota. Our weather will start to clear. We may not get clearing skies tonight, but it won't be long before the brand new weather system makes its presence felt and gives us a decent day tomorrow. Still chilly and breezy around here, but it'd be nice to have some sunshine tomorrow. Griffith, 26 degrees in the afternoon. May not feel like it if the winds are blowing or kicking up. Might feel like it's more like 15 or so. Lockport, 25. Orland Park, the same story. Mix of sun and clouds likely around Vernon Hills tomorrow. Temperatures in the low to mid 20s. And then Friday, we get ready for the next round. A clipper comes, could start late tomorrow night and into Friday, but off and on during the day could give us some accumulation. We'll know more about that tomorrow. What we know tonight, 19 overnight in town. Northwest winds anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour. If you're up early, shortly after 7 o'clock or so, it'll be 20 degrees. May not feel like it if there's any kind of windy weather. And for the next 4 or 5 days, the temperature will jump up a little bit on Friday as we get that mix of snow and rain, and then give us a decent weekend. Saturday and Sunday, the weather is going to try to give us a break. Cold, but, you know, dry, which is nice.
As long as there's not snow after snow after snow after snow, that's a break.
Yeah.
I agree.
We're breaking that pattern.
Thanks, Steve. Next up, remember Joe the plumber? Well, he's got a new job.
Hey, the Demons headed east while the Cats were up north, but they both headed south. We'll show you what went wrong. And somebody's finally been able to slow down Candace Parker on the court. Find out who it is next in sports.
Tomorrow morning, a remarkable chain of events moves Roland Burris closer to taking his seat as Illinois' newest senator. Plus, Barack Obama's big new move to get the economy back on track and how you can watch TV from your home right on your iPhone tomorrow on CBS 2 Morning News.